Hello everybody, I'm Rockman, and welcome back to Sonic the Hedgehog 2 8-bit, where we're starting off in Gimmick Mt Zone. Now, as the name implies, this stage has quite a few gimmicks, including these spinning wheels from Sonic the Hedgehog 16-bit. Now, like those ones, they pretty much function the exact same, except these ones I like quite a bit better, as in the ones from the 16-bit version, sometimes you just get flung off automatically. In this one, you pretty much stay on them until you push to jump off. I believe I mentioned that in the Let's Play of Sonic the Hedgehog 16-bit. If you roll into a ball, you will go faster. The same applies to these ones. And I find that since you don't go flying off them so fast, without, without not pushing them, that's quite useful. There's also conveyor belts that'll push you around. Also, there's these spinning pathway things. Those wheels that you were just seeing me go on, they push you either right or left, and you want to jump up them to get to higher places. So, keep in mind that when I'm standing here, I'm not walking around, I'm just pretty much moving, and I'm trying to fight against the flow. There's plenty of moving platforms, you want to jump up there and not get skewered on the way up. And that's a good chunk of this level. Now here, I want to go into this minecart. Definitely be sure to go into it, because once we get to the bottom here, there's a bunch of spikes and, oh cool, we're just going to bash right through them. Alternatively, if you have invincibility like I conveniently have, you could just run over them, but blasting those spikes away, way cooler. And that's Gimmick Mt Act 1. Not too bad. Act 2 is about the same, but Act 2 has a Chaos Emerald, which is quite well hidden. I wouldn't have found it if I didn't use a guide beforehand. Spoilers, I used a guide. It's a good thing I grabbed a ring there, or else I'd die. And what am I doing? Usually these conveyor belts that I mentioned are above spikes, so be careful. Now once we get to the top of this pathway here, we're going to kill that grounder, and right around here, there's a pathway through a wall that you wouldn't be able to tell any other way, other than just happening to know it's there. And surprise, at the end of this wall, after these spinny things, make sure you follow the path, I guess. I don't know what I'm saying. There's a Chaos Emerald. The last Chaos Emerald naturally found in a stage. There's only one more to get. We'll be getting that soon enough. By the end of this part, we will have all the Chaos Emeralds. Surprise, spoilers, I guess. I don't know. So now we just want to go up these spinning things. They pretty much throw you... They follow physics pretty much, so you don't want to push the jump button when you're at the point you want to get off. You want to push them beforehand so you go flying in the right direction. There's also bombs. I find these bombs much more annoying than the first Sonic the Hedgehog 16-bit. Just seem to be in the way and are a really big pain to dodge. But you can get through them. There's also those big robots that throw bombs at you. Not too big of a problem. There's also another secret path here. If you want some rings, I guess. I don't think I knew about that when I was recording this, so... Everyone's learning something. Thankfully I had invincibility frames, so that bomb didn't hurt me. And they just seem to be in the most inconvenient spots, those bombs. Like, hey, here's a spring that'll send you forward. Oh, it sends you into a bomb. So yeah. But anyways, that's Act 2 finished. Once again, not too bad. Quite simple. Now for Gimmick Mt Act 3. So we want to go down this hole. Fall perfectly into it. And eventually we'll get to these conveyor belts. Like all bosses, there's no rings. So you don't want to get hit at all. Or else you'll die and you'll lose life, and that's not good. You want to be extra careful here. I don't believe... Yeah, those spikes, even though they go through your sprite, they don't hurt you. As long as you don't jump into them, but if you're standing there, whatever. You want to jump off that platform right there, because that would have led you into spikes that would have killed you. You want to be careful in that little corner drop there. If you're too far to the left, those spikes will hurt you, so pretty much just be careful until we get to the Pig Boar Mecha, which is completely different from the Pig Mecha, or the Mecha Pig that we fought in Green Hills Zone. Completely different boss. Pretty much, it'll charge to the left or right, it'll bounce off the non-existent wall there, it'll get stunned. Its spikes have 3 points that it sticks out. There's not at all, slightly, and completely out. When they're slightly out, you can jump into them, but not when they're completely out like this, or else they'll die, and that's not good. Those rocks, surprise, if they touch you, you will get hurt and die as well. And that's the Pig Boar Mecha. And just like that, Gimmick Mt Zone is complete. And now for the second last stage in the game. Very fast. This is a very short game when you know what you're doing. Its difficulty is what makes it hard. Or long, I guess. Specifically its bosses. Pretty much Scrambled Egg Zone, which I completely just ignored. Its main gimmick is pipes. There's a lot of pipes. Similar to Aqua Lake, they function the same. You want to hold in the direction you're going, and it'll take you through the path you want to. You want to be careful, because there's a lot of traps here. Sometimes pipes have no direction, you just go in one direction. Throughout this stage, you will see... I'm not sure if you'll notice or not. I probably shouldn't point this out, because now you'll be looking for it. There'll be several points where, yeah, just like there, you saw the screen flicker just for a second. That's because I'm actually checking a map, because navigating through the stage normally is quite a pain. So, another tip I'd suggest is pausing. If you pause the game, you'll see where pipes lead. So, just be careful. As I said, if you see the screen, like, stop moving for a fraction of a second, that's because, I'll admit it, I cheated. I looked at a map. I'm not going to deny it. I have flaws, and I can't remember every single pathway for every single zone, or every single pipe in the zone. But yeah, that's... Act 1 actually isn't too bad for this. Act 2, now that's when it gets to be a pain. Get a ring, and all is well in the world. And that's Act 1 completed. And you can be stuck there for a while if you don't know the correct pathways, but since I did, because I had a map, things are all well and good. In Act 2, this can be quite annoying, because at the start here, there's bombs. Pretty much you want to jump right on top of them, and they'll explode usually by the time you land on them, so they'll be gone. And yeah, now Act 2... Okay, I was confused what was happening there. Act 2 has a spike pit that has pipes that lead into it, and if you go down to that spike pit, you will pretty much be stuck there, so be careful. Thankfully, right here there's this pathway here. You'll always get a life there. Actually, I'm not sure. The life might despawn once you get it once. But those rings will always be there, and those rings will always give you a life if you collect 100 of them. Now here's the spike pit I was talking about. There's a lot of precise jumps you have to go through, so that first one you had to go through that pipe while avoiding that platform because it was going through a point you were too small to fit through. Pretty much you can see here, you want to be careful, and I probably should have died there, but I didn't. And that's Act 2 completed. A lot of precise jumps you have to make. Very annoying. But we got through it. Now for Act 3, which has a very special boss. Yes, probably the most difficult boss in Sonic history. Not really. But it is special, and you'll see why in a moment, after we go through these pipes. I'm not sure if this zone has any spike pits that pipes just drop you into. Maybe I'll find out in a second. Just want to jump up these platforms, bounce on these springs. Just like Green Hill Zone, you have to use momentum to your advantage, so jump in an angle if you want to go into a certain direction. Come on. I know you can do it. Come on past me. You can jump off these pipes. You want to be careful there or else you'll fall off. Not too bad. I'm not sure if there's any spikes here. But anyways, boss time! Now who is the boss? It's none other than Sonic. Actually, this is Silver Sonic, and he's pretty simple. Pretty much, you just want to be jumping. While he's jumping in the ball, he can't hurt you. Sometimes he sticks out his arm, but usually you're on the other side of the room, and that doesn't hurt you. But yeah, you'd think when he's spinning in a ball, he'd be able to hurt you, but as long as you're spinning in a ball while he's spinning in a ball, you pretty much just bounce off one another, so it's not too bad. But eventually... come on, can I get a hit? I think I have one more hit. There we go. If you have all previous Chaos Emeralds, he will drop a Chaos Emerald upon death. And if you have all Chaos Emeralds, including the one he drops upon death, we can go to the final zone, which I'll see you in next time.